Was he pessimistic or optimistic? I think at the end, because his mental health was suffering, he was pessimistic. But, um, that could have been a mood, and that could have been partly the depression coming through. But I think incredible optimism when you meet him. He's just such a powerfully kind person. He just was a giver, wanted to give this gift of hope to people. Because you come out of it in this very hopeful. Did you feel that a little hopeful and happy, content? You wanted people to feel some contentment.
My name's Bob. I'm Bobby's father. There is nothing in our lives that's been as difficult as losing Bobby 2 years and 3 or 4 months ago. But the saving grace has been his work. The saving grace has been seeing people come into his work and to come out differently, sometimes different people, sometimes in tears, but they're beautiful experiences. And one of my favorite things in life now is sitting in his studio and watching folks go in and watching them come out, because it makes me realize how special what he made really was for so many people. Thanks.
He was one of the lucky few who could actually spend his time doing something beautiful, and he thought this could cure the world, but I need to find a way to not have it take so long. So he thought he could fast track through science and art, putting your brain and your body into the same space that it takes a meditator years to perfect. And he was a walking embodiment of that peace, and he wanted to have everybody have that experience. So his machines, he never called them machines, he called them places for continuous eye contact.
My name is Rachel. I am a guide here at the Bobby Anspach exhibit. I help you get into the machine that's called a place for continuous eye contact. There's a teeny tiny mirror at the top of the machine. It's covered in lights and pom-poms. You get an eye patch. What you do, you maintain eye contact for yourself. You maintain eye contact with yourself for 3 minutes, and it creates a similar state of prolonged meditation, relaxation, maybe a psychedelic experience, or just a lot of lights, pom-poms. And the most important thing to know about it is that the piece was made for you. There's no right or wrong way to experience it. And I'm just here to help you kind of understand what you just saw in terms of a bunch of lights and pom-poms, or maybe more.
These are immersive sound and light sculptures, and we take you through a guided experience of about 3.5 minutes, where you can talk about your experience afterwards with the guides.
Always creating things. He always had a big work table in his room, and he always had to be making things. And he loved architecture. When he was in high school, he took architecture classes at the museum and entered architecture design competitions. He could have done anything. He was really smart. We thought he'd go to business school. When he told us he was going to major in art, we were, oh, really? Really? I think he knew that art was the way to disseminate to as many people as possible what he wanted to do. And so he went to 3 years of art graduate school. He studied a lot of philosophy and theology. And all these places for continuous eye contact have so much of that background in them. He was also a really joyful and cute, funny guy, great personality, and that's the colorful pom-poms. But he also had a gloom and doom, what we were doing with the world. He was scared of the way humanity is interacting and treating the earth and each other.
And I think that mystery of not knowing what you're going to go is what makes it so cool.
Bobby was our son, who died 2 years ago, but he was an artist. And these are two of his machines that are called Places for Continuous Eye Contact. Bobby made a series of these since he started making them in 2016, and his intention was to heal the world one person at a time. He was a very hopeful, peaceful person, and he wanted to share that hope with the world. And I am the vice president of the foundation we formed, and this is Bob, the dad and president of the foundation.
This is a very intimate experience that you are making continuous eye contact either with yourself or with another individual. Something that's great to do with a friend or someone close to you, or also if you just happen to be in the gallery, to do with someone who is that's completely unknown to you. And that's actually one of the most interesting experiences that we welcome here.
And I think Bobby also said at one point, I want Putin to go in my machine, and I want every world leader. And once I accomplish that, once that is accomplished, we will never have a war again. And yeah,